Hi, I'm Bert Kuiper, your LiquoGuard rep, and this is a brief introductory video on how to set up LiquoGuard in the operating room. First, we want to go over what exactly you're going to need in the OR. You're going to need one LiquoGuard unit, fully charged with a power cord, one blue lumbar cushion, one tube set, a small stack of 4x4 gauze, a smart sight in case there needs to be sampling done after the patient goes to the floors, and 2 pieces of tape. Over here, after turning the LiquoGuard on, you can immediately go to Setup, Presettings, and you're going to see a 10 milliliter lumbar drain option. Hit the button Load. That is going to load all of your parameters to effectively drain your patient. Now that the device is turned on and ready to go, we're ready to hook our patient up. After you get the tube set out of the box, the first thing you want to do is grab your bag and attach your bag to the tube set. After that's attached, you can poke holes with a pen into the perforations for the bag holder and apply to the LiquoGuard bag holding device. The next thing you want to do is the surgeon will grab the sterile end of the 3-way stopcock. He or she will attach that to the catheter leading to your patient. Now that the tube set is connected to the patient, it's time to load the tube set into the LiquoGuard device. The first thing you want to do is find these 2 plastic tabs. As you can see, there are 2 tabs that one is slightly different. This one has a tail, and we say tail on top, so this will be loaded first in the top bracket, and there's a picture right here should you forget. So when you lift the lid when you're loading, you're going to see a turn rotor sign. So you gently load your tab with the tail, and do it gently and let the machine do all of the work, because if you force this or try to muscle it, you risk possible damage to the tube set. This is sensitive equipment. So once that tab is in, you go back to the turn rotor button, you hold it down, you let the tube find the half moon and let it load itself. And once it's about halfway through loading, load your bottom tab, and you want to go back to the turn rotor button, hit that, hold it down until the tube set is finally loaded. So the tube set is loaded, and what we've also done is we've effectively primed the tube set with CSF. So you want to go back to your transducer, look at your tube set, and if you have a solid column of CSF past the transducer, you're now ready to drain. Now that we've established we have CSF past the transducer, we can come back to our device, and you can see my assistant here helping me. You want to close this lid. You're going to see the clamp sign, also the pause sign will be on, and you want to take your phone cable, plug it into the bottom left, and you'll get a apply or start application, and you should see your white line waveform on the screen. Now that the tube set is effectively loaded into the machine, the surgeon can now take the smart sight for sampling, apply it onto the 3-way. Then you want to find the transducer, which is triangular shaped, and you find the point, you put it down in the pad. We wrap the tube set into the LiquoGuard pad, and now we're ready to apply it onto the patient. We're now ready to attach the blue pad to our patient. It can go one of 2 ways. It can go vertically with the catheter end towards the top, or it can go horizontally with the catheter end going towards the back. However, it's very important that this pad stays on the flank and doesn't get attached to the belly area or to the back. So whether you're doing it vertically or horizontally, you also want to keep your transducer as close to level as your insertion site as possible. Now that we've decided whether you're going to do it vertically or horizontally, you want to take your stack of 4x4s and you want to tuck it underneath for patient comfort, and it gives this catheter some lift, so when we Tegaderm it down, we don't create a kink by pushing this down. This allows it a gentle scaffolding so we don't create our own kink. So once we have our 4x4s stacked underneath, get the big pieces of Tegaderm and Tegaderm the whole thing to your patient so it doesn't migrate. Last step. Go to your tube set where it enters the rotor and find this first glue point of where the tube is glued to the white cable. Put a thin, small piece of tape around that. That discourages anybody upstairs or anybody at all from peeling this away like it's a piece of licorice. Peeling that away will create a micro tear. So we want to discourage that. Then the last step is you take your white cable, take it to the handle, have some slack in your tube set going into the rotor, and we want to tape this white cord to the handle. That is going to be our shock absorber. So if this tube set is tugged on, the stress goes here and not through the sensitive tubing.